Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here on this late Sunday night, back again with another video, my second video and final video of the night. This time on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below, subscribe to all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, share this video all over the internet, and tap that bell to turn on all my notifications so you never ever miss an upload. And that's it. So share, like, share, subscribe, smash the bell. That's all you got to do. And if you have any questions, put it down below in the comment section of the video. Hit me up in the chat, and that's it. Or hit me up on Twitter at my Twitter link, which is down below in the description box. All right. Sorry for the lateness of this video. I was going to do it a couple hours ago, but had some personal links come up, and I don't want to talk about it. But so I apologize for the lateness of the video, and that's all I can say about that. So in the description box below is my is the latest edition of the Gilmore Chronicles, my Survivor Series predictions I did a few hours ago before the event happened. So check that out. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends all over the internet. And that's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Sunday night, November the 22nd, 2020, or if you're watching from somewhere else, it's now November the 23rd, 2020. It is time for your late night Survivor Series 2020 review. All right, so Survivor Series 2020 is in the books. The final, the last Big Four event of the year for the WWE. And it was billed as the best of the best between Raw and SmackDown, and was also the final farewell of The Undertaker. And so that was basically the main story. Main part of the event was The Undertaker's final farewell. It was his anniversary, his 30th anniversary in the business. So WWE was gonna showcase him and let him ride off into the sunset. And to be honest with you, I didn't like Taker's final farewell. I hated it. I mean, you know, the ending was fine. I was okay with the ending. I cried a little bit at the ending with Taker looking at a hologram of Paul Bearer. Oh yes, and then him doing the dropping down to a knee, posing, and then he goes down the ramp. He goes up the ramp. Then he looks back at the ring. Then he throws his hand up in the air. So that was that, but it didn't feel like a farewell to me. I thought the one at WrestleMania 32 when he lost to Roman and he left his gear in the ring and then he went down the trap door on the ramp. I thought that was a final farewell, but the one tonight, it didn't feel like a farewell to me. I mean, it was emotional, at the end. They had Savio Vega, The Godfather, Kane, Kevin Nash, HBK, Mick Foley, The Game, Triple H, The Godwins, and Vincent Kennedy McMahon, among others there. Taker cut a good speech. 45 fucking minutes. I thought the pay-per-view was going to end at 10 o'clock, to be honest with you, because, the last few pay-per-views have ended at around 10 o'clock. This pay-per-view ended around 10:30. So it went a little over 3 hours, 3.5 hours almost, about. But most of this show, only the Roman Drew match was the match of the night, which I thought was surprising. But, other than that, most of the show, Well, the show was kind of boring, and you know, watching it, I almost fell asleep at times because I was so bored. The women's match put me to sleep. You know, watching that debacle, and I told you who was going to win. I told you. Give props to me. I told you how it was going to end. Uh, you know, I thought SmackDown was going to wipe the floor with Raw. I was wrong. I was fucking wrong. Raw dismantle. Well, didn't dismantle. They beat. They beat SmackDown 4-3. You know, they had SmackDown got the final win. But Raw is the best of the best this year. You know, and just SmackDown kind of laid a dud in most of those matches. But it is what it is, and that's that. So, but now we're done with Survivor Series, and now we're on the road to the final pay-per-view of the year, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, TLC, and about 3-4 weeks, right before Christmas. But first, we have a little pit stop in a little over a week and a half on December the 6th. We got NXT TakeOver 32 War Games, which should be a pretty, as a pretty good event as always from NXT. We got the Undisputed Era, led by Adam Cole, baby, taking on Pat McAfee's team of himself, Only Lorcan, Danny Burch, and Pete fucking Dunne inside the double cage. So that should be exciting. Hopefully, Pat McAfee gets his ass handed to him. I think he will. Well, we got Team Shotzi Blackheart's team taking on Candice LeRae's team inside the double cage. Really, I see no point in a women's War Games match, but probably might end the Shotzi Candice feud, but we'll see. Looks like we're gonna get Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa in a match. Should be pretty exciting, hard hitting. Then maybe Io, who retained her title this past week on NXT, maybe have a title defense against somebody. Maybe Ember Moon, maybe Dakota Kai, maybe Ember Moon, Dakota Kai, or possibly Toni Storm. And then that's why I think she's gonna lose it. But you never know. We all thought that Candice was gonna beat her. That didn't happen. Then Rhea gets the opportunity. I thought Rhea was gonna get it back. 1 year later from when she won it. That didn't happen because now Rhea's going to the main roster. It looks like, and probably gonna be debuting on SmackDown this Friday night. I could probably see that, but we'll see. I thought she was going to be the fifth and final participant on Team SmackDown. That didn't happen because they had to put Natalya there. And now to the end for SmackDown. Not so good, did it? That's that. So probably see Rhea Ripley debut on SmackDown to add to the SmackDown women's roster. Probably see her win the belt by sometime next year, maybe after Carmella gets it, and probably then Bianca Belair gets it, and then maybe after that, Rhea Ripley gets it. But we'll see between now and WrestleMania season with that. And that's pretty much it for War Games. We got the go home. Well, actually, we don't have to go home. We got NXT this week. Along with AEW, we got Raw tomorrow night. The aftermath of the Survivor Series. So we'll see what happens with that. That should be interesting to see. And we got SmackDown this Friday night, which I believe is going to be taped. because it's after Thanksgiving. I don't think they're gonna do a live show after Thanksgiving when everybody's in different parts of the country and the world for Thanksgiving. I don't think they're gonna come right back to Florida. So SmackDown's probably gonna be taped this week, probably either tomorrow or Tuesday. We'll see. And then the following week will be the final SmackDown inside not next week, the following week on December the 4th will be the final SmackDown inside the Amway Center and the Thunderdome. And then December 11th will be the first SmackDown in the new Thunderdome inside Tropicana Field in Tampa Bay, where the Royal Rumble will be in maybe with fans, maybe without, I don't know. And then WrestleMania most likely at Raymond J. Stadium, with or without fans, we don't know. When, we don't know. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's pretty much it. So we got a big week of wrestling this week, right into Thanksgiving. And that's that. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. All right. Before we get into the review, I'm going to go through the review really quickly and talk about some of the matches, and then get to Taker's farewell at the end, and then talk about that. But first, we got some chat. We've got a Naoki chat, of course. So let's get to that before we get into anything. My good buddy Jack Rules 321, 30 long years of The Undertaker being the real face of the WWE. Yes, he was the GOAT. He is the GOAT. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Fuck Hogan. Fuck Macho Man, really serious. Don't you tell me. Fuck you, Gilmore. I'll drop the elbow down from heaven on you. Ooh, yeah. Sorry, Randy. I'm sorry. So, but Taker is the GOAT of of the Attitude, basically of the early, he debuted in 1990. So that was around at the end of the Golden Era, the start of the New Generation Era, which sucked. And then I think he hit his prime right in the Attitude Era with Ministry Taker, and then that went away. He became the American Badass, or Biker Taker, which I wasn't really fond of. I had a good theme at the time of Rollin', by that little old band named Limp Bizkit, which sucks dick. But it is what it is. Then he came back as Phenom Taker, and basically ended his career as Phenom Taker, the original, the OG Taker, which was fitting, which I liked. And that's my favorite. Phenom Taker is my favorite. Well, Ministry Taker I like more than Phenom Taker, because he was like really dark, and and he was like medieval Taker. With the symbol, and him, putting Stone Cold on crucifying Stone Cold Steve Austin and raising him to the rafters, and then him almost marrying Stephanie McMahon. Well, young Stephanie McMahon, back in the day. Hi, Steph. But that would have been something, But sadly, Stone Cold messed that up. But it is what it is. I mean, you talk about the what ifs of wrestling. What if The Undertaker actually married Stephanie McMahon? How would that play out in the Attitude Era? No, I mean, storyline wise, not real life, because Taker was with Sarah at the time. But storyline wise, how would the WWE be with a heel Stephanie McMahon, like a dark witch version of Stephanie McMahon? And then the higher power being Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and then the corporate ministry. How that would have played out with Taker and then his wife Stephanie, and then you have Shane, and you have Vincent Kennedy McMahon fighting DX and everything like that, and Stone Cold. Imagine that. I think the corporate ministry would be the hottest thing in wrestling at that time, probably almost bigger than the NWO. But the what ifs. Like, what if Triple H never blew out his quad before the invasion angle? What would have happened? What if Sting joined the invasion angle? What if Lex Luger joined the fucking invasion angle? Because Luger wasn't there in the invasion angle. Sting wasn't there. Sting was in TNA. Luger was actually in TNA for a little bit. The main stars of freaking WCW. Luger, Sting, Hogan was gone. He wasn't really doing anything. It was just, National Hall was like right, at the death of WCW. I mean, what if National Hall and Hogan were there and representing WWE against WCW? Well, where would Hogan's alliance lie? Basically, Hogan, Hall, and Nash. Where would they stay with WCW and reform the NWO, or would they be with Vince? Or would Triple H and the Undertaker and The Rock, fight off the invasion of WCW led by Hogan, or led by Flair, or led by Sting, or DDP? What would have happened? That invasion angle, and with ECW, that basically was dead too. That invasion angle could have blew up and could have went years, even though Vince owned WCW. Later on he acquired ECW back in I think it was 2006, 2007. Made it WWE ECW, a really watered down version of ECW, basically killed it, which pissed off a lot of hardcore ECW fans. I remember meeting the second time I met Balls Mahoney, God rest his mighty soul. Balls, Axel, Shaw. I remember meeting Balls Mahoney at the time I was living in Brooklyn. I met him at a little meet and greet for if anybody remembers what was it called? Ring Fever. I used to have a show on cable access back in the day in Brooklyn. Ring Fever did a show in Brooklyn, around where I live, and they had the Sandman, they had Joe Gertner, they had Balls Mahoney doing a meet and greet. And I went up to Balls, shook his hand, and I said, "What do you think of the new ECW?" He's like, "It's not ECW." I was like, "Well, it's I said, I agree. It's kind of like a watered down version, And I told him, he told me point blank that Vince killed ECW, and he put the final nail in the coffin when he won the ECW World Title from Bobby Lashley. Really, put the nail in the coffin of ECW. That's it. But like I said, what if Sting, Luger, Hogan, Hall, Nash were still in WCW, even though Hogan left because of Vince Russo, that prick. But what if that never happened? What if Bash of the Beach never happened, where Hogan lay down and Jeff Jarrett beat him for the WCW World Title and then proceeded to lose to the Booker T, sucker. You know, what if Hogan never left WCW? What if that whole Bash the Beach never happened? You know, WCW will probably still be in business if they didn't, basically Eric Bischoff and fucked up and then put all the assets in AOL and Turner and all that stuff. I mean, what would have happened there? I mean, there's so many what ifs in wrestling. I can go hours with. Maybe I'll do a separate video about the what ifs of wrestling. You know, we could have a great discussion about the what ifs. You know, I might actually do that. Probably by the end of the year, I might actually, if I have time, of course, and on StreamYard, if I have a little bit some extra time, I'll do a video about probably on this channel called the what ifs of wrestling, a discussion. You know, and you guys can come in the chat with your what ifs, and we have a great discussion about it. I think it'll be a great topic. You know, something the YWC never had. It'll be my idea. And then probably a whole bunch of people rip me off. I don't care. But I don't care. You know, but like I said, I probably by the end of the year I'll do a what if with the the what ifs of wrestling from even I might even talk about the what ifs of New Japan, the what ifs of Ring of Honor, the what ifs of CCW and WCW, TNA. I mean, almost every federation. I'll do I'll do some what ifs. Like, what if this happened? What if that happened? You know, where would wrestling be? If this happened? You know, I think it'll be a great topic. So I'm gonna do it soon. So get ready for that. And that's that. But going back to the Undertaker and my good buddy Jock Rules comment. Yeah, 30 years of the Undertaker. I'm gonna miss the guy. I mean, the WWE will not be the same without him. I still think he's gonna have one final match at WrestleMania. Maybe against Bray Wyatt. I'm surprised Bray Wyatt wasn't there tonight. I was really surprised that they didn't go with Bray Wyatt coming out and attacking the Undertaker right in the middle of the ring, laying him out. But I think I think they're setting up Drew McIntyre and Bray Wyatt for TLC for the WWE title. Maybe Miz cashes in. I thought it was gonna be tonight, but that didn't happen. Even though Drew McIntyre was laid the fuck out, that didn't happen. It sucks. But we'll see what happens. And that's that. All right, let's continue on. All right, my good buddy Thunder Knuckles from the XWF. Thunder Knuckles changed his name to Thunder Knuckles Lab. He says, don't miss High Stakes, which is next Sunday, by the way, on XWF99.com. Don't miss High Stakes with Thunder Knuckles takes on Felix Jones and none other than yours truly in a triple threat match for the #1 contendership for the Heart title. Yes, that should be a pretty good match. Don't know a lot about Felix Jones other than he's a former Extreme champion. Gonna get his fucking ass handed to him for what he said in his little promo about me, but I'll get to that probably tomorrow or Tuesday. I'll do that, and then I'll try to do a final promo on Saturday, before the deadline. But I got a lot of work this weekend, so long hours. By the time I get home, it's like 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I got to eat. I got to watch. I got to do an NXT review. I got to do SmackDown review, and I got to do a Thanksgiving vlog, which I might do next Sunday. So gonna be a little bit tough to get that final promo up, but it is what it is. But Thunder Knuckles is my boy. I respect him and everything. Former television champion, though you lost to Charlie fucking Nichols. Really, dude. that Peter Gilmore wannabe, that so-called hardcore legend, you lose to him, and he comes out, and that guy I want to beat the living shit out of, because he comes out and runs his mouth saying that he beat me. No, you didn't. I was never pinned in that triple threat match, by the way. Where do you get you beat me? I was never pinned on the mat for the 1, 2, 3. So basically, you haven't beat me yet. So I think, if you want to keep talking shit, let's do it on Warfare. Let's do it at the next pay-per-view in January. Hell, do it on my birthday. On the I don't know if that's gonna have a Warfare on the end of the year Warfare, whatever that's gonna be. Let's do it for the TV title if you still hold it by then. Let's do it. Let's do it, but it's gonna be under my terms. My kind of match, not yours. Mine. And I know a couple of matches I can kick your ass in. Maybe more than that. Maybe any kind of extreme match, kick your ass. I go with House of Hell, my version of the House of Hell. We can go barbed wire. We can go barbed wire explosive. We can go fire. We can go Hell in a Cell. We can go whatever. Just hold on to that title and shine it up. You want to keep talking smack about me on the forums, and in your little promos with the little cheap shots. It is what it is. But yeah, it should be a good match between me, Felix, and TK, and should be good. Hopefully, I think I have a good shot. But you never know. If I don't get screwed over like I always do, but I think it'll be a good match, and hopefully I can win, get that heart title shot, and then beat Bobby Bourbon for that title that he's holding hostage. Get back the title that really made me, besides the Extreme title. Hopefully, I think by the end of the year I could have some gold back around my waist, but with XW management up my ass and screwing me over this whole year, it is what it is. But we'll see what happens with that. But go to XWF99.com and join the revolution, and get ready for high stakes next Sunday. Probably the results won't be up. I doubt the results will be up next Sunday night. So probably at the beginning of December, we'll probably get the results of that, and we'll see. We'll see if I get the hard title shot or not, or I get screwed. But we'll see, and that's that. All right, moving on. Okay, moving on. Jock Rules 321. I could see Taker punching out Vince and Shane if he married Stephanie. Yeah, he probably would do that. He probably would. Like I said, what if that actually happened? What if Stephanie and the Undertaker became the wedded? What did Paul Bearer call it? Damn it, I forgot what he called it. The wedded in demonic holy matrimony, or something like that. But this is before even Vince became the higher power, by the way. When when Taker was Ministry Taker, he fought Kane in that the Inferno match on Raw where he burned Stephanie's doll. He's like, and Vince is like, why? And Kane's I think it was his arm got burnt or his foot got burned, something like that. He lost again to the Undertaker in the Inferno match. And then I think it was around the same time, like Taker abducted Stephanie in the limo. Where to, Stephanie? That's probably one of my favorite Undertaker segments, next to the one with Teddy Long. Buckle up, Teddy. Teddy Long, the Hall of Famer, went one-on-one with The Undertaker. you know, it is what it is. That's it. That's it. Had if Taker married Stephanie, I think he would have knocked Shane and Vince out. And Triple H never would have got with her. But like I said, storyline wise, Triple H would have never got with Stephanie, and then real life married her. But it is what it is. That's that. Do a buried alive match. I've done buried alive matches. I think I had. I think I had one buried alive match, and it was a really disgusting match. It was a match where you had to bury your opponent in piss, blood, and semen. Yeah, I said that. And I lost. I got screwed, and I lost. I got buried in that fucking crap. It took me months to get the stench off. But never say never. I could do a buried alive match. Probably get screwed. It's the story of my fucking career over the last couple of years. Screwed over, and screwed over by the two fuckheads that actually run this fucking thing. Dio Price and Vincent Lane, the two supposed owners of the XWF, and then the GMs of Warfare fucked me over. Now we got Derek Diamond on fucking the new GM of Warfare, trying to get under my goat. If he doesn't watch himself, he's gonna get put 6 feet on the ground. But I digress. And that's it. So, like I said, we'll see what happens at high stakes, if I win the hard title shot or not. And then, like I said, if Charlie Nichols continues to run his mouth, I'll fucking kick his ass and win the only title that I've never won in the XWF, the television title. And if I lose it the week, the on the next Savage, on Savage or whatever, on the next Warfare at the end of the year or in January, so be it. At least I held the fucking title. The last title I won in the XWF, I go down as a fucking legend. Won every single title. One of the many people in that federation has won every single title. The TV title's that elusive title, like Jeff Hardy. I'm like Jeff Hardy trying to get that brass ring, trying to get the WWE title from CM Punk, and it took a long time, and he finally got it. That's me with the TV title. I'm so close to getting it, never get it. I think I got one title shot for that damn belt. So I know they're not watching, but Dio, Vinny, Derek, and whoever runs Savage, I don't want to get a handout, but give this the face of the XWF a fucking TV title shot. I don't do Saturdays, because I think Warfare is the A show. I don't go on the B show. But I could grace it with his presence and bring it some ratings. If when I win the TV title, I'll bring Savage's best ratings ever, because I'm the face of this fucking company. But it is what it is. That's it. Give me a TV title shot. I don't. If I have to earn it, I'll earn it. If it takes me a long time to earn it, that's fine. But I don't want to get a handout. I'm done getting handouts. I don't need to jump through hoops anymore. I'm done with that shit. That's it. I'm done with that shit. I'm gonna earn it the old-fashioned way. And if it takes me another year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5, 6, 10 years to get the TV title, so be it. But I promise you, in that time frame, I will get the TV title. I might get the Universal title again. Who knows? I might get the Extreme. I might get the tag. I might get the tag belts. You know, if I had a tag partner. You know, Doctorville, you watching? Mm-hmm. I saw that little promo from Doc. I saw it. It was kind of funny. You know, making me out to be Junk from the Goonies. Make me, a monster. I'm not gonna go into his promo because it's too way. I felt like I was reading an Unknown Soldier promo with all the sexual things in that fucking promo. Good lord. And you thought my promos were sexual. Good lord. I digress. All right, let's get into this. Let's get away from the chat from now on. You can still chime in if you want, but let's get to Survivor Series. I want to get this fucking video done. It's already almost 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I got nothing to do the next 3 days because I'm off. But it is what it is. All right, so let's get into the Survivor Series. Like I said, it was an okay show. Blah blah blah. I didn't watch the kickoff show, and I'm glad I didn't. But even though I'll talk about the kickoff show. They had R-Truth on the show, acting like a complete idiot, and he loses the 24/7 title to, get this, the Gobbledygooker. One second. Okay, I'm back. You ready? Really? The Gobbledygooker? Now, was it Hector Guerrero in the suit, or was it somebody else? There's stories that The Undertaker could have been the Gobbledygooker. Thankfully, he wasn't. That would be really bad for Mark Calloway's career. Be the fucking Gobbledygooker. But yeah, the Gobbledygooker wins the freaking belt. Whoop-de-damn fucking. I mean, can we just retire the 24/7 title and blow it up? I mean, please. It's worthless. It's a freaking worthless belt, like the women's tag team belts. Worthless. Oh, and it gets worse with the 24/7 title. And I'll just point out blank say R-Truth gets it back for the 45th time. 45. 45. I mean, he's gonna hit 50. If not by the end of this year, by WrestleMania, he's gonna hit 50. He's gonna be a 50-time champion. At this rate, he could probably hit 100. I mean, really, they're gonna keep going back and forth with this fucking belt. It's fucking stupid. It's a fucking stupid belt. I mean, if you agree with me, press 1 in the chat. Please, get rid of that fucking belt. It's fucking hideous. It looks like the Olive Garden title. And it's held by a fucking fool. A 50-some-odd-year-old guy named R-Truth, named Ron Killings. 50-some-odd-year-old guy holding a worthless fucking piece of tin. Garbage. That's why I call it the jobber title, because it's a fucking jobber title. That's what it is. Held by jobbers. And don't give me this thing like, oh, Kelly and Candice Michelle and Melina held the title. Are you going to call them jobbers? No. I mean, why did they even give it to them? Because they're fucking hot? I mean, yeah. Stupid. Worthless. Worthless it is. Fuck that title. That's that. All right, and also on the kickoff show, we had the 18-man dual-branded Battle Royale. Team Raw got the win to give the first win of the night, as The Miz gets the victory, as it was down to Jeff Hardy, The Miz, Chad Gable, and Dominic Mysterio. Gable tossed out Jeff, kind of surprising there. So that might lead to something. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's going to lead to anything, but kind of surprising there. Dominic dumped out The Miz, or so we thought he dumped out The Miz, but he never went over the top rope. And then Gable and Dominic went back and forth. Dominic hit the 619 to get rid of Chad Gable. So he thought he won. He's like, yeah, I won. If you forgot about The Miz, Miz comes in, dumps him over the top rope to win the match. And I think it's basically to hype up The Miz even more as the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. Now that he's in a feud with Bray Wyatt, supposedly. Well, I don't know if that's done or not. I don't know what The Miz is going to do now. But, like I said, he wins the match. And I'm like thinking, maybe he's going to cash in tonight, maybe, on the WWE or the Universal title. Maybe, to shock the world, but, obviously that did not happen. And that's that. And we move on from there. All right, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. And that's it for the kickoff show. So we get to all right, that's that. All right, we get to the main show. We start off with the men's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. Team Raw, AJ Styles, Keith Lee, Matt Riddle, Sheamus, and Braun Strowman taking on SmackDown's team of Seth Rollins, Otis, King Corbin, Kevin Owens, and Jey Uso. I said Jimmy Uso in my predictions video. I apologize for that. So both teams are in their respective colors, which I thought was nice. They had some weird exchanges in the beginning. Kevin Owens attacking Riddle's feet. I don't know for what reason, but anyway. And then we saw Seth Rollins demands a tag. Then he gets on his knees and goes like this, kind of basically like crucifying himself. And he basically sacrifices himself for the greater good. And then he gets eliminated right away by Sheamus with a brogue kick. And that eliminated him. And then basically dismantled SmackDown. They went right through them. Clean sweep of a Team SmackDown right there. Kevin Owens went on a stunner barrage, basically hitting a stunner on everybody, but AJ Styles came in with a phenomenal form. And then Baron, I lost my spot. Stop that. And then Baron Corbin went crazy. But then he got eliminated by Matt Riddle with a floating bro. So SmackDown was down 2 people. And then Otis got eliminated. I forget by who. After he went nuts, hit the Caterpillar. But I think he got eliminated by Braun Strowman, I believe. I wasn't watching. I didn't really see, but anyway. So it's down to so that was a 5-on-3. And then Jimmy Uso comes in. He had a pretty good run, but got picked. But got wait. AJ eliminated Kevin Owens, and then Riddle eliminated Corbin, and then after Jimmy Uso was the last one left, he put on a good run, but Keith Lee put him down with the Spirit Bomb as Raw clean sweep of Team SmackDown. Raw had a pretty strong team, but even though they were at each other's throats, but they pick up the win. Match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And I thought SmackDown had a pretty decent team, but they got destroyed. So Raw's up 2-0, and we'll see if SmackDown can come back in the next match, but we'll see. All right, there we go to the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, taking on the New Day of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. I'll get it out. This was a pretty good match. This was a great match. I think it was besides the Roman Drew match, this was another match of the night. This was great storytelling between the two best teams in the WWE right now. And New Day came out in their Gears of War attire to celebrate them being in the game as downloadable characters in Gears 5 on the Xbox. Now, I wish that game was on fucking PlayStation, but we got Call of Duty. It is what it is. No, that's it. No, good game. I played Gears 1 through 4 on various one of my friends' Xbox at the time. I think the last 2 Gears I played on the Xbox in one of my friend's house. But it is, pretty good game. I didn't beat the game, but it's fucking hard as fuck. But it is what it is, and that's that. So they come out like that. Street Profits come out in their usual gear. So they shake hands at the start. Good, nice code of honor. So it starts off, and the New Day had the upper hand. They were dominating throughout the first portion of the match. And then at one point, Kofi stopped and he grabbed one of the red Solo cups and started posing with it. I thought it was a bad idea. Because that pissed off Montez Ford. Comes in on a hot tag. And him and Dawkins take advantage. But then the New Day came back. They hit the Midnight Hour, which is usually Big E and Kofi move, but I don't know. Somehow Xavier Woods was able to hit it with Kofi. So that was kind of interesting, nice to see. And then the Street Profits come back. Montez Ford goes up top, hits the big flying frog splash, which is just amazing to see. I think he hit it on Xavier Woods. Then he hits his version of Trouble in Paradise on Kofi, which was kind of cool. Then Xavier Woods comes back with a pretty good press slam. But the Street Profits come back. They hit the Doomsday Blockbuster for the win. And a pretty good match. I gave 4 out of 5 stars at the time before the Roman Drew match. So, like I said, this was like another one of the matches of the night. Great passing of the torch by the New Day. And like I said, I knew they were going to pass the torch to the Street Profits. And now the Street Profits are the best tag team in the WWE. And we'll see where the New Day go tomorrow. And I would not be surprised if they turn them heel. Because we haven't seen. I don't think we ever seen a heel version of Kofi. But Kofi's always been a face. Xavier Woods never been a heel. So turn them heel. That's they've done everything in the last 10 years except turn heel. They broke them up. So why not turn the entire New Day heel? Turn Kofi and Xavier Woods heel, and then on SmackDown you turn Big E heel to resurrect his freaking push. That's what I would do. I would have had the New Day, shake hands with the Street Profits after the match, and then the Street Profits turn their backs, and then Kofi and Xavier Woods blast him from behind, and then lay him out probably with the Midnight Hour with the other finisher they hit, laying him out. and then maybe you have the Street Profits get their revenge, maybe at TLC in a ladder match or something like that. Kind of maybe unify the belts, but they're not going to do that. That's what I would have done. I would have unified the belts right there, but well, that's that. But we didn't see that. But you never know. We never know what's going to happen tomorrow night with the New Day. He'll probably say something about what happened tonight, and they'll give the Street Profits said props, and then maybe a tag team comes out, challenges them for the Raw tag team titles, and probably beats them. I mean, there's really no tag teams on Raw. I mean, unless they resurrect Angel Garza and Andrade. I mean, Angel Garza finally came back tonight in that 10-man tag team, that Battle Royale. I mean, he had a new look, it didn't really look that great. But he made his comeback. His comeback in the Battle Royal and got thrown out. So they could have put Andrade and Angel Garza back as a tag team, and then have them face the New Day, maybe at TLC for the belts, and then Andrade and Garza finally get those damn tag team belts that they should have won from the Street Profits all those matches ago when they were on Raw. They never pulled the trigger. And now that Zelina Vega's gone, they don't have that influence now no more, so they have to do it by themselves. So we'll see. Maybe, like I said, that may or may not happen. But like I said, there's no tag teams on Raw, so I think the New Day might hold it for like 3 years at this point. But I digress. It's not gonna be 3 years, but they might hold them for a while because no tag teams. The Viking Raiders are basically broken up. Ivar still has his neck injury. I don't know when he's coming back. Eric is doing nothing in basically now in catering. In the 24/7 division. They gave him the belt for like 2 seconds, and that was that. So he's in that stupid division, doing because they got to give Eric something to do. So I don't know what's going to happen with the Raw tag team titles. On the SmackDown side, they only got really 2 tag teams, and Bobby Roode, and they got Cesaro and Shinsuke, and that's it. Nobody else. They broke up Heavy Machinery. That's it. So you only got basically three tag teams revolving around one SmackDown tag team title. So I would assume I would think that Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler will get the SmackDown tag team belts sometime down the road, and then probably give it back to the Street Profits for the second time, for the SmackDown titles for the second time, 4th time overall. But we'll see. It's got the tag team wrestling is just falling apart in WWE. Not like it was back in the Golden Era and the Attitude Era and part of the New Generation Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era with the Usos, the Hardys, the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, La Resistance, London and Kendrick. All those other great tag teams. Then you go into the PG era. You had the Usos. You had the New Day, and basically the Usos, the New Day, and who else? I can't think. I forget who else. Team RKO, Edge and Randy Orton. They had DX win the belts. Jericho and Big Show, Jericho and the Miz. Not Jericho and the Miz. I'm sorry. Big Show and the Miz, I believe. Miz Show. Back in the Attitude Era, you had Kane and X-Pac. Big Show and the Undertaker. You know, ever since then, tag team wrestling has fallen off the face of the earth. And the only places you can get tag team wrestling, good tag team wrestling, is AEW, Ring of Honor. I would say TNA, but it's not that many tag teams in TNA besides the Good Brothers and Team XXL. I think it's called, because the North broke up. I think Ethan Page is going to AEW soon, so they're gonna break the North up. So the Good Brothers are gonna be champions for a little bit, and it's not that many tag teams there. Besides the Dean brothers and I think Team XXL, and maybe I think Team XXL. I think there's probably a couple others I might be missing, but and we'll see what happens with that. And that's it. So, AEW has the best tag team. I mean, AEW has the best tag team wrestling. Right now. The Bucks. I mean, so many fucking tag teams in AEW is on Dark. On Dark, you got the Acclaimed, Anthony Bowen and Max Caster. Probably, they are amazing. I love Max Caster cutting those freaking raps. It's just freaking amazing. They got them. You got Jurassic Express, who's been basically doing Dark now. They're gonna be taking on Panda Express, not EX Press, X Press. I think they're from some indie vid. Top Flight, who debuted on Dark and then lost to the Bucks. They had them. Chaos Inc. I think they're called Chaos Inc. Luther and Serpenticle. Had them. And then to the other tag teams, Private Party, SCU, Lucha Brothers, Butcher and the Blade. And Jurassic Express, like I mentioned before. The Hybrid 2, Jack Evans and Hedigo. And I think that's it. I could be wrong. There might be a couple others I might have missed. But AEW has a great tag team division. I think I mentioned the Lucha Brothers as well. If you want to throw Pac in with the Death Triangle, but AEW's got a great tag team division. Ring of Honor has a pretty decent division. Briscoes as the champions again. I think they're the 11 or 12-time champs now. A hellacious match with what they call it? It's SOS, but I forgot what they call them. I didn't call them the Soldiers of Solitude or something like that. I forget, but I don't remember much of a Ring of Honor this week. I know that was a hellacious match between those two teams, and the Briscoes got the win on that one. So they're gonna probably defend the belts at Final Battle against I don't know who. Ring of Honor's tag team division is okay. Got a couple other tag teams there. They still got the Bouncers, the Beer City Bruiser, and Brian Malonis. I think the tag team champions. I don't know I think the Briscoes beat Jonathan Gresham and Jay Lethal. I'm not sure. I know Jonathan Gresham is the pure champion now. But they have other tag teams. Not the glory days of tag teams and Ring of Honor are dead and gone. The Kings of Wrestling, the American Wolves, Motor City Machine Guns, Steen and Generico, SCU, the Bucks. What was the tag team? ECH. Forgot his name. Team. I forgot the name of the team too. Team Adrenalize, I think it was. No, I think it was ACH and somebody else. I forgot his name, but they were a good tag team. Future Shiley, Red Dragon, Kyle Riley, and Bobby Fish. Like I said, Kings of Wrestling, Cesaro and Chris Hero. There's some other tag teams from way back in the day. Most of them I can't remember, but it is what it is. And then you look at New Japan. You got the Guerrillas of Destiny. You got Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr., the heavyweight tag team champions. I think the junior tag team champions are El Desperado and who was it? Can't think of the other guy's name, but they have the junior tag team champions, and Hiromu and Bushi are going after those belts, maybe getting them. I don't know, but the Girls of Destiny are kicking some ass in the World Tag League. Might be going to the finals to face Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. For the belts. That might happen at Wrestle Kingdom. We'll see. We got the Super J Cup coming up. I think the winner gets a shot at the junior heavyweight champion, Taiji Ishimori, I believe. So that should be interesting to see maybe at Wrestle Kingdom. But New Japan had a pretty good tag team division. They had the Bucks. They had a lot of the Girls of Destiny. Who was it? Honma and Tenzan, I think it was. Or Tenzan and somebody else. They had the Good Brothers, Anderson and Gallows, champions, the Bucks. Basically, the Bucks were running the junior tag team division, then they finally won the heavyweight tag team titles. But I guess that's where tag team wrestling is at right now. Go to AEW, go to Ring of Honor, go to a little bit of Impact Wrestling, and you go to TNA. And there's some other, if you go to the indies and your local indies, there's some great tag teams in the indies. If you're in the New Jersey area, if you follow WOW, they got some pretty decent tag teams. The Midnight Classics. I forgot who the champions are now. Team Talent. I think it was Jack Gallows and I forgot the other guy's name. He's probably gonna kick my ass now because I forgot his name. But I think it's Mark Carrion, I think, but I forget. But they're the tag team champions now. You got the Hostile Collective of Darius Carter, Abdul Nasir. You had a couple other tag teams back in WW that have been tag team champions. The Apostles of Chaos, and that's that. But outside of WWE, that's what tag team wrestling is. In WWE, Vince fucking hates tag team wrestling. He wants it abolished. It looks like. Then why have tag team titles then? Especially the women's tag team belts, which are hardly defended. And that's that. All right. Jock Rules 321 says, I think that Rollins was written off TV by that stupid shit. Yeah, he's gone. This is that was Rollins last night on TV because he's gonna be home with Becky. Becky's probably gonna be popping her baby out in a couple weeks, probably by the end of the year. And then Becky's gonna take some time off to get back in shape, and then make her surprise appearance at the Royal Rumble, possibly win the Royal Rumble. If it's not gonna be her, they're saying Ronda, but I don't see Ronda coming back. I really don't. What she said about the WWE, I really doubt she's coming back. But you never know. I would have Bianca Belair win the Women's Royal Rumble. That's what I would do. But it's probably going to be either Bianca or Becky. I'm probably leaning towards Becky to win the Royal Rumble and probably face Asuka at WrestleMania 37. Get the belt back from Asuka, and then probably lose to maybe to Shayna after that. But we'll see. It sure as hell ain't going to be Nia Jax. That's that. But yeah, they wrote off Seth. I mean, the way they wrote him off was kind of stupid. You know, with the whole "I did it for the greater good." You know, what are they gonna do when he comes back? Which will probably be at the Royal Rumble. He's not gonna be at TLC. I mean, he's most likely gonna be back at the Royal Rumble. But is he gonna be, you know, the Friday Night Messiah again, or is he gonna have a gimmick change? Is he gonna become, you know, the architect? Is he gonna go back to being the architect, or is he gonna be something else? You never know. I don't know, but we'll see when he comes back. Same thing with Randy Orton. When he comes back, he's not going to get a gimmick change, of course, because, you know, he's the legend killer. Maybe a theme song change, but, you know, it is what it is. But they had a thing on Facebook like which theme song should come back: Broken Dreams, Drew McIntyre's old theme song, or Burning My Eye by Randy Orton. I personally would like both back. You know, both of them are great theme songs. You know, I mean, I like voices by, you know, for Randy Orton, you know, as the Viper, but, you know, as the Legend Killer, I like Burning My Eye. But it is what it is. And for Drew, I would go back to Broken Dreams, because I don't really like his new theme song. I really don't like it. I mean, it's the metal version of the Scottish pipes. You know, that's all fine and dandy. Scottish metal, another genre, but you know, but I would go back to Broken Dreams. Jeff Hardy should go back to No More Words. But it is what it is. That's that. But that's it. So yeah, they wrote off Seth dirty, and we probably won't see Seth on TV till maybe before the Royal Rumble or at the Royal Rumble itself. But we'll see what happens with that. All right, so that's that. All right, so the New Day, the Street Profits beat the New Day. They're the new, well, basically the face of the tag team division, best team in the WWE right now. And like I said, we'll have with the New Day tomorrow. Maybe they turn heel. Maybe they continue to be a comedy act. But we'll see what happens. And that's that. All right. Let's see. This is match number 3. Nicest champion Bobby Lashley taking on Sami Zayn. Just as I predicted, a squash match. Well, not really a squash match. It lasted almost 8 minutes. But this, you know, I said that Bobby Lashley was going to beat the crap out of Sami Zayn. They're doing Sami dirty. They're disrespecting him. Like I said, you know, Sami should go back to Mexico, find the office he kidnapped, come back as El Generico. You know, before he does that, drop the title to Daniel Bryan, then leave for a couple, maybe a month or so, come back as El Generico, bring back the orphans that he stole from the orphanage, and, you know, come back as El Generico, come back as the generic luchador, team back up with Steen, Kevin Owens, reform Steenerico, have them win the tag team belts, and then maybe by you know, have them team up for about a year, and then maybe at WrestleMania 38 you have Generico Steen Ladder War a rematch from Ladder War 4 back in 2012 or 2013, something like that. That's what I would do. Have Generico get back the Intercontinental title, let him hold it for about a year, and have Owens help him out a little bit to gain the title, and then have Kevin turn on him, as we always know he's gonna do. And then you have Owens, Generico in a ladder match at WrestleMania 38. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Or as Paul Stanley said, let's do it. That's that. Anybody hear about Kiss? Kiss is gonna be doing a $1 million pyro show on New Year's Eve for their show in where was it gonna I forgot where it was gonna be. Some I think in New some European country. I think they're doing a virtual New Year's Eve concert, and they're gonna have tons of pyro. $1 million worth of pyro. Good lord! But they got the money. Got the money, and that's if you want to see Kiss again, we're not gonna see him live in like Madison Square Garden or anything, but you see it on the internet for probably a big hefty price because freaking Gene Simmons needs more money. But it is what it is. But Kiss is gonna have that big concert on New Year's Eve, which is gonna be virtual. Like everything else is gonna be virtual. The fucking tree lighting, I think, is next week. That's gonna be on online. It's not gonna be on TV. Sucks. They already had freaking Charlie Brown Thanksgiving already. I think it was tonight, or was maybe a couple of nights ago. Gonna have a Charlie Brown Christmas coming up. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Frosty the Snowman. All those Christmas cartoons coming up in the next week or so, because Christmas is basically 4 weeks away. My birthday as well. So if I were you, I would be going to like the stores and trying to getting me something. But it is what it is. I'm just kidding. You don't have to get me anything, but you can send me a virtual card and stuff. That's okay. I'm not going to give out my address. I'm not stupid like other people on this website have known to do. So it is what it is. But send me a comment on Facebook or Twitter on my birthday. I'll be more happy for that. That's that. All right. So Bobby Lashley beats Sami Zayn, and Sami tapped to the Hurt Lock. And Sami complained about having vertigo and try to use that to score a MVP, Cedric and Shelton at ringside. And then from there, Lashley beat the crap out of him. So that's that. So yeah. So Bobby gets the win. I predicted he would. So match I gave 1.5 out of 5 stars. Clearly the cooldown match of the night. Well, not the cooldown match, like a little bit of a cooldown match after the that great tag team match between the New Day and the Street Profits. And that's that. All right. Then we get to match number 4. We have Sasha Banks, the boss, the SmackDown Women's Champion, taking on Asuka. No, for Asuka. Going at it. This was pretty good. Actually, Raw was up 3 matches to 1 at this point. So we get to Asuka and Sasha. Like I said, this was a pretty good match. Asuka tries to get in the Asuka, panicking, trying to get out of it. But Sasha came back, locked in a bank statement a couple times. Asuka got out of that. Rivalry, the 5th match in their rivalry. But they had a great back and forth, new things like Asuka catching Sasha with a. But we get to the end, and Asuka was in control, but Sasha came back and pinned Asuka cleanly in about a 13-minute match. So Raw is up 3-2, and Sasha showing that she is the better champion. She is the standard bearer. She is the blueprint. She is the boss. So we got that. I was kind of surprised they went with Sasha to win. I thought Carmella was going to come out and attack Sasha again to give Asuka the win. But, Asuka still looks strong. Kind of, not a dent in her, in her push. But, Asuka's still the face of Raw, the face of the women's division on Raw. I don't know who her next challenger could be. She's basically beating everybody, except for Shayna. So I don't know if they could go with Shayna. They could go Asuka Shayna at TLC. I really don't know. Sure as hell not gonna be Asuka and Lana again, but we'll see. They could go Asuka Lacey Evans, because I don't think that match has ever happened yet. That could be something new. I would say Asuka Peyton Royce, but that was that. I think that match, if they had that match at TLC, would suck, and Asuka would beat the crap out of Peyton Royce easily. But basically, Asuka has no challengers right now, except for maybe Nia and Shayna. That's it. Until there's somebody else to be on Raw, if it's a returning Charlotte, returning Becky Lynch, or maybe Ronda, Asuka's gonna hold that belt probably till WrestleMania. That's it. She's gonna hold it for really close to a year. About 6 to maybe 8 months. There's really nobody there. Nobody on the Raw roster can, besides, like I said, Shayna, maybe Nia, Charlotte, and returning Charlotte, returning Becky, and maybe if Ronda comes back, that's the only people. That's the 5 women that can probably beat Asuka right now. That's it. But like I said, I think Asuka's gonna hold that belt all the way to WrestleMania, and probably lose to Becky. But we'll see. And we move on. So I gave that match 3.5 out of 5. So it was a pretty good match. And that was that. A great end to the Asuka Sasha rivalry. And Sasha wins 3 matches to 2 in the best of 5, I guess you can call it. So Sasha wins that rivalry, and we'll see what happens with Asuka tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. And Sasha will go into her feud with Carmella starting on Friday night. They'll probably have a match at TLC, and I think Carmella will beat Sasha for the SmackDown Women's title for the 3rd time. And end Sasha's title reign in a little over a month, which sucks. She should really hold that belt for like 4 to 6 months at best. But I would have Sasha beat Carmella at TLC, hold the belt all the way to WrestleMania, and then lose to Bianca Belair. Not have Bianca beat Carmella or whoever holds the belt. If Carmella holds the belt to WrestleMania, I wouldn't have Bianca beat Carmella. I'd rather have Bianca and Sasha, which is a dream match right there. I'd rather have Bianca beat Sasha at WrestleMania. Right there. But, the rumors of maybe Rhea Ripley coming up to the main roster. So it could be either Rhea Ripley or Bianca getting the belt maybe by WrestleMania. But I would give it to Bianca first. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move on from there. So like I said, Asuka Sasha match, 3.5 out of 5 stars. And we move on from there. All right. Then we get the gobbledygooker falling for a trap by Akira Tozawa. They had a thing of birdseed. Was he the Roadrunner? Well, all we needed was Wile E. Coyote there, and so he gets rolled up by Akira Tozawa to lose the belt, and then R-Truth hits Akira Tozawa in the head with a bag of birdseed, wins the belt back for the 45th time. garbage. Pure and utter fucking garbage. That's it. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm gonna probably do more fuckery tomorrow on Night Raw. That's that. All right, match number. I believe it's match number. Well, match number 5 on the main show. We got the women's 5-on-5 match. We got Team Raw, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Lana, Lacey Evans, classic Lacey Evans, and Peyton Royce taking on SmackDown's team of Bayley, don't give me a hug, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and Natalya. And they mentioned on commentary that Lana was the only person to earn her spot because everybody got added in. Even though, well, didn't Natalya qualify? So I kind of just throwing that out there. And, this was kind of corny and really a boring as fuck match. It was a shipbreak match of the night. Lana wanted to tag in, and everybody's like, no, you're not tagging in. But then Lana tags in anyway, and then everybody's like, oh fuck, But she held her own. And then basically then started getting beaten up. She's freaking crying. I mean, come on, Lana. I mean, fight. I mean, really? Come on. There's no crying in wrestling. I mean, come on. I mean, really. I mean, come on. Fight for you. I mean, can you at least fight? I mean, hold your own. Fight back. Come on. And I liked how all the like Velvet Sky and Brandy Rhodes and a couple other female wrestlers. I think it was Tessa Blanchard and a couple other female wrestlers went on Twitter and said some nice things to Lana about her crying video that she put out. Talking about her mental illness and all the shit she's getting on social media from these idiots that are on Twitter and Instagram. So that was a nice touch by Velvet and Brandy. Praising Lana. That was kind of cool. But like I said, Lana needs to ignore all that. Focus on her career and being married to Miro. Well, Rusev. Because Rusev smashed on a pussy. Yeah. So we got that. So Lana was holding her own, then got kicked out, and basically Nia and Shane like, you stand over there. So she's standing on the steps, away from the apron. Then we see Peyton Royce and Bianca Belair go at it, and pretty good. And then everybody started coming in, and it just became a clusterfuck after that. But the first one eliminated, surprising, was Bayley. Don't give me a hug. As Peyton Royce pinned her. That was kind of interesting. So Peyton Royce eliminated Bayley. It was iconic. Had to say that. Natalya tried for a submission. That didn't work. So she's like, oh, fuck this. I'm going to lock in the sharpshooter. She eliminates Peyton Royce. And then Natty gets eliminated by Lacey Evans with that women's right. Lacey hit a nice Spanish fly on Bianca during the match, which was pretty nice. That was cool. Then the Riot Squad beat up Nia Jax. They tagged back and forth, really isolating Nia. And then Ruby was in a cure for the clutch by Shayna. She turned it into the pin. She pinned Shayna, but the referee was distracted because everybody was in the fucking ring. And by the time he noticed it, Ruby passed out. And Shayna pinned her to eliminate her. And then it was Liv and Bianca left for SmackDown with Nia Jax, Shayna, Peyton, and Lana left on Raw. Liv Morgan eliminated Lacey with a crucifix bomb. And she held her own, going right after the women's tag team champions. But her little run ended by Jax as she did a Samoan drop to eliminate her. So Bianca Belair is the last one left on Team SmackDown. Put up a great fight against Nia and Shayna. Shayna clutch. Bianca tried everything she could to get out of it. She was walking around the ring with Shayna on her back, but eventually, Bianca passed out as she lands on the rope, so they had to break the hold. Shayna didn't let go of it. She thought Bianca was out cold. She gets disqualified because she didn't let go of the hold. So that was a 3-on-1. A 3-on-1. Bianca put Nia through the table. Surprised it was not Lana doing that. So that leads to a double count out. So the sole survivor was Lana, and that was it. And like I said, I predicted Lana is a sole survivor. She helps Team Raw win. She's crying, and that was that. But really kind of corny ending to that match. But it is what it is, and that's it. So we'll see what happens tomorrow with Lana. I think Shayna and Nia are gonna come out. Maybe Lana might do an interview in the back, or she might do an interview in the ring with either Charlie Caruso or Sarah Schreiber in the ring, talking about the big win and her being the sole survivor. Nia and Shayna come out, and they're kind of angry with Lana, saying like we told you to stay there, but they'll be happy for Lana, and like you got something here, kid, blah blah blah, right? So Lana's all happy, but then Lana's like, I don't care about you. You put me through a table 9 times, and I should thank you and this and that. So she tries to fight off Nia and Shayna, but sadly she'll be probably put through a table for the 10th time, and that'll continue the Nia Lana feud, which will probably go into TLC. I think Lana and Nia will have a tables match, and Lana will get the win. Somehow she'll put Nia through the table. Maybe, I think like Nia will probably go for either a big splash off the top rope, off the middle rope. Lana be on the table, and Nia will try to go for the splash, but then at the last second Lana moves and Nia goes through the table and Lana wins the match. And that's it. And she'll be like, yay! But we'll see, But that's what I think will probably happen. Lana will continue getting put through a table over the next couple weeks, and then Lana will get pissed, and then she'll challenge Nia to a tables match, and she'll say, I'm going to put you through a table, I'm going to get my revenge. And that's that. So we'll see what happens with that. So I gave the match 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that was that. All right, then we get to the main event, and Raw is up 4-2 at this point. So we get to the final match, because there was 7 matches on the card. We get to the final match. Drew McIntyre taking on Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, the head of the table. This is a rematch from WrestleMania 35, which Roman won, of course. They had some pretty good matches in 2019 as well. And both have had great so far. Drew winning the WWE title from Brock Lesnar at winning the Royal Rumble, then beating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 36, holding it for all the way up until Hell in a Cell, when they had that big feud with Randy Orton. then lost to Randy at Hell in a Cell. Gets it back, like maybe about I think a couple weeks later. Get his second title reign. This was a great match, phenomenal match. Not phenomenal. AJ Styles phenomenal, but great match. Almost went 5 stars. Great storytelling. Roman had a lot of confidence early on. Drew hits him in the mouth early on, and sends Roman to the outside to regroup with, "My name is Paul Heyman." So Drew was playing mind games with Roman most of the match. And Roman came back, finally got going, started just beating the crap out of Drew. And this was kind of a different match than we saw with the 2 matches we saw with Roman and Jay. Even though that was great storytelling, this was just about right on that same level of storytelling. Went back and forth throughout, hard-hitting match. Drew was really gave Roman a run for his money. Drew kicked out of a spear. Got speared through the barricade on the outside. Drew hit the Future Shock DDT for a near fall. He locked in the Kimura lock, but Roman got out of it. Roman hit a Samoan drop on the announce table, but didn't break. I am the table. So yeah, and then Drew hits the Claymore. Roman barely got out of that, and then Roman locked in the. We hit the spear, then he hit the Infinity Gauntlet punch. Drew kicked out of that. So very, very great here. Then Drew hit another Claymore. Goes for another Claymore. Hit the ref. So he's out, and Jey Uso comes out to get involved. Tries to wake up the ref after Roman hit a spear. Then he locks in the guillotine, and Drew passed out, and that was it. The referee wakes up and sees Drew passed out, and he calls for the bell. And almost a 25-minute match to end the show, and it ended right before 10 o'clock, right? Like maybe 15, a quarter to 10, 9:50, somewhere around there. And that was that. Cause I thought the Undertaker segment was going to last maybe 10, 15 minutes at most, or maybe 15 minutes at most. And I thought the pay-per-view was going to end about 10, 15 at the latest, but that didn't happen because it went all the way to about 10:30. And that's it. So Roman gets the win. He's still the head of the table, the tribal chief. But Drew looked really strong, so doesn't hurt him too much. So Roman wins, and I don't know what's next for him. Going into TLC, I think the next challenger might. Well, I would say Big E, but I think they might save that for maybe WrestleMania. If they don't do Rock versus Roman, which may or may not happen, we don't know. But if it doesn't happen, I would throw Big E in there for TLC. But I think Roman's going to hold that belt all the way till either the Royal Rumble, or he's going to lose it to The Rock at WrestleMania and then get it back from The Rock maybe at the next pay-per-view after that, which will probably be Extreme Rules at the end, either at the end of April or depending if WrestleMania is at the end of March, they'll probably do Extreme Rules at the end of April. But if WrestleMania is in April, they'll probably do Extreme Rules in May or June. Who knows? But we'll see what happens when we get there. And that's it. So Roman will have his next challenger probably announced on Friday night. Drew, I don't know. I don't know where Drew goes from here. Who his next challenger might be. I was thinking it might be Bray Wyatt, but I don't know if Bray's is done with the Miz. We'll have to see tomorrow night. But they could go Bray Wyatt, Drew McIntyre, maybe in a TLC match. for the WWE title at TLC. I think Drew will win that. Then go on to the Royal Rumble. Maybe face a returning Randy Orton, because Orton is entitled to his rematch. So Orton, Randy might come back right before the Royal Rumble, take out Drew, and then they'll have their sixth match, and then Randy gets it back, and gets it back for the 15th time, and Randy will go on to WrestleMania, possibly face either Edge, if they go there, if Edge comes back in the Royal Rumble, wins the Royal Rumble, or they go in a different direction. But we'll see. We'll see what happens between now and then. But I'm just throwing out ideas, but it is what it is. That's that. So I gave Drew and Roman 4.25 out of 5 stars. Clearly the match of the night. Great storytelling. Hard hitting, like I said it was going to be. And both men look strong. And Team SmackDown gets the win, but didn't help as Team Raw wins the Survivor Series. 4 matches to 3. They are the dominant brand of this year, and I'll probably have some big thing on Raw tomorrow night. The announcers like, "Oh, we're the best brand ever. SmackDown sucks," stuff like that. Blah 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 blah, and we'll see what happens with that. That's it. All right. All right. Probably end this about maybe in 15-20 minutes. All right, then we get to the Undertaker final farewell. So we start off with them paying homage to the Undertaker. We had Shane McMahon come out, the Big Slow, JBL, Jeff Hardy, Mick Foley, the Godfather, the Godwins come out, and they look mad fucking old. Good Lord. I'm surprised, Henry and Henry and Phineas Godwin, I think it was, come out. Savio Vega, Rikishi, Kevin Nash, Booker T, sucker, Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, Nature Boy Ric Flair, the Game of Triple H, Kane in his gear, which his mask looked terrible. He just looked terrible. I was like, what? Really, they couldn't have him come out without the mask. They really didn't need that. He didn't need to wear his gear. He needed to be in his gear, and that was that. So they come out. I think they're around the ring. Then they had a big video package, and then after the video package of mostly highlights of Taker's career, they showed the streak and mostly stuff with Paul Bearer as well. That was very nice. And then everybody leaves the ring, and Vincent Kennedy McMahon comes in and cuts a great promo on Taker, saying that he mentions WWF, didn't say WWE, he mentions WWF, which I thought was nice. Basically giving a good speech and a good promo, saying Undertaker's one of the best, he's a legend, blah blah blah. And then the Undertaker comes out, takes about 35 minutes to get to the ring, cuts a promo, very very great promo, and he said in the end, he said, my time is up. My time and the Undertaker will now rest in peace. So that was it. And then the lights go down, and the purple light comes on, and he's like, you can tell Undertaker was really emotional doing this. I was emotional because Undertaker's, like I say, is my favorite wrestler of all time. 30 years in the business. Same thing with Jericho. Jericho is one of the goats. Undertaker is another GOAT, greatest of all time. Then, which was a nice touch, Undertaker's looking around. Then we see a hologram pop up of Paul Bearer with the urn, and he's like, "Oh yes, my Undertaker." So he's holding the urn up like this, and Undertaker sees him, and he gets a little bit emotional, and everybody watching at home got emotional God rest Paul Bearer's mighty soul. And then Undertaker got down on his knee, still with the hat on. I thought he was gonna take the hat off, but he had the whole gear on the whole time. Gets on his knee, praises Paul Bearer with the hand. Then the lightning and the thunder go off, and that ended the segment. And Taker goes out of the ring, walks up the ramp for the final time, and looks back. He looks back to the ring, and then he stops for a moment. I was like, is this gonna end yet? And then he finally throws up his hand, and that's it. So that's gonna be that's the final image we see of the Undertaker. I wish it was this fucking virus never happened. It was with fans, because I think it would have been a very emotional moment. But sadly this fucking virus took over. Maybe it's the anniversary of the Undertaker, but maybe they could have done something. They could have waited till the Hall of Fame, or they could have done something at WrestleMania 37 with this. But we'll see what happens now. Like I said, I was surprised that Bray Wyatt didn't show up to attack the Undertaker, put him out, and then we start the planting the seeds for the eventual match, Taker's final match at WrestleMania 37 between him and Bray Wyatt, and possibly a boneyard match or a casket match. Bray Wyatt will retire the Undertaker for good. WWE Taker's final match. We'll never see or hear from him again. But that may or may not happen now. I don't know what's going to happen between now and WrestleMania. But never say never. Taker may do Vince one more favor and fight at WrestleMania 37 in his final match. But we'll see what happens from there. That's that. So I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars. So Taker goes out in style. Could have been a little bit better, but still it is what it is, and that's that. All right, so that's it for the Survivor Series. It was an okay show. I gave it 6 out of 10 stars. But let me know what you guys thought of the show down below in the comment section of the video. Leave your questions down below, or hit me up via Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, get notified, and all that good stuff. And don't forget to after the video, check out my predictions on TGC 183. Share that video all over the internet as well. And that's pretty much all I can say about that. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go edit this video and then go to bed, because I gotta go take a crap, and then I gotta go to bed. So that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So thank you all for watching, everybody. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night for my Raw review on the Killer Demons channel. But for now, enjoy the rest of your late Sunday night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for my Raw review. Thank you for watching, everybody. Good night, everybody. Peace, beaches.